Hi, I'm Donell, the Director of Bigger and Better Business for Kappa, Upsilon, Sigma Chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. And I'm here today with a notable doctor here in the great township of Willingboro, New Jersey, Dr. Alfred Dennis. He is not only the primary dentist here, but he's also the director of the South Jersey Center of Dental Excellence, again here in Willingboro, New Jersey. And he's going to talk to us a little bit about his practice, give a little bit of background history, and hopefully some tips that will help us to improve and maintain our own dental health care. He's also a proud member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, and it's my honor and privilege to be able to talk with you. So thank you so much, Dr. Dennis, for taking some time out of your schedule.
I appreciate it.
I want to start off with asking, how long have you been in the dental industry?
That's a funny question because I've actually been a dentist for over 50-something years.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually was at 7 years old when most kids were out there playing stickball in Brooklyn. I was in my dentist's office working. So it's been a long time passion for me.
Wow.
So, but I've been a practicing dentist for 35 years.
For 35 years.
Yes.
Been in the industry for 50 years, practicing for 35 years.
Right.
That's a significant amount of time.
Yeah, that's a better part of my life.
Yeah. What inspired you to become a dentist?
You know, it's a funny story. I think, my mother said that's all I ever wanted to do. I think there was a little microphone in my head when I was asleep, you know what I mean? And something messages. But I really can't imagine doing anything else. You know what I mean? If you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
Absolutely.
So I enjoy it. And I can't imagine not doing it.
Sure. Thank you. So nothing actually ever inspired you to do something outside of dentistry? Like this has always been?
Well, I do cooking.
Okay.
I think that if I wasn't a dentist, I'd own a restaurant.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
Sure. Wonderful. Now, according to statistics, actually the American Dentistry Association stated that as of 2023, only 3.8% of the dentists in this country are Black.
That's about correct. Yes.
What do you think the reason is as to why the percentage is so low?
I think that there needs to be more emphasis on institutions. Unfortunately, a lot of the HBCUs, dental schools, they are 50% white. Okay, there are a lot of whites that go to Howard. There are a lot of whites that go to Meharry. Okay, so and I was born in FAMU Hospital. FAMU University is about 30% white. So what happens is we are no longer the predominant pool in the dental schools anymore, which carries on to the point where it brings that percentage down. I think it was the days of old where Meharry, Howard, sometimes Temple, these schools were predominantly Black and were kicking out Black dentists, then that percentage would be higher.
Okay.
So therein lies a caveat. Now, we also have to be marketable. I consult kids in schools, and I can't get you in your junior year because you're not marketable in the junior year to go to college. Without college, you can't go to dental school.
That's right.
So we want to get to them early, middle school or earlier.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very important points you made. As a Black dentist, what do you find to be some of the challenges in the industry?
In the industry or amongst African Americans?
Among African American in the industry.
Quality. If you're shopping value, my practice isn't for you. If you're shopping quality, my practice is for you. Okay. And what happens is I think that everybody is doing their job but dentistry. Okay. A parent will have no problem buying a $1,500 iPhone 15 for a 12-year-old, but won't pay $99 for cleaning for that same child.
Wow.
Or they'll sit online outside of Best Buy waiting for the new game Christmas time, 2 o'clock in the morning until they open, but they won't sit at my assignment office waiting. So
Wow.
It's that we have to do our job placing a better value on dental care. And I think that that ball has been dropped. Now, I think the ADA can do a better job. The same way pharmaceuticals are telling you what to ask your doctor for on commercials, they need to be promoting that dental health care is important. Okay? Gum disease leads to heart disease. Heart disease leads to death. You understand?
That's
so
right.
These are things that need to be, I think, promoted better.
Yeah, absolutely. And you touched on something really interesting, because I read some years ago that gum disease can actually lead to erectile dysfunction among men as well.
Absolutely.
So it does play an important part of overall health, which I think is a great segue. What would you say are some at least three practical tips or advice that you would give to those who want to maintain or improve their dental health care?
At a minimum, 2 cleanings a year, x-rays once a year. Okay, there's no saying what you don't see you don't know. To see is to know, not to see is not to know. So I have to have x-rays to see what's going on. Okay, I need to routinely check and make sure that your gums are healthy. Okay, I have to routinely check and make sure that there are no teeth that are developing cavities that can lead to tooth loss, that can lead to other problems. Okay, a lot of times tooth loss leads to movement of the muscles and bite changes, and now you have what's called TMJ, accelerated. And just like many of your medical issues, most dental issues start as a finite little thing. If addressed, and then it's easier. But what happens is we basically minimize it and let it keep going, and then to the point that it gets to be something full blown. Okay, a root canal at some point was a 10-minute filling. Okay, so you went from something that costs $100, now you got to spend $5,000 on something.
Wow.
And what happens is we have to stop procrastinating and be aggressive. So routine cleanings at least twice a year.
Okay. Routine cleaning.
Sometimes for those that are compromised medically, sometimes I do 4 times a year because they develop more gum issues and plaque. So we need to address it more aggressively.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Talk a little bit about the services you provide.
Well, I do reconstructive cosmetic dentistry. Okay. I tend to, my philosophy is I don't treat the tooth, I treat the mouth. And I don't do dentistry for 15 minutes. I do dentistry for 15 years. Wow. So I do dentistry for chestnut checkers. So I'm trying to do dentistry so that 20 years down the line, we're having conversations without you needing to see me more than twice a year. Yeah. But if you address that on the front end, it helps on the back end. So I do everything from implants to root canals. I do my own gum surgeries. I basically do most of my own braces. So I do full service. Wonderful. When I was in school, fortunately, we were trained across the board, whereas you had to be trained in everything. Okay. Now, for politics, the surgeons don't want you trained in surgery that much. The endodontists don't want you trained because they want you to refer that. We had to do that. But there's value there. Sure. Because I think the younger dentists are getting to a point of an impasse where they aren't able to provide the services that I think they need. I consult practices. I consult a doctor. One is in Park Avenue, New York right now, and I'm helping her get to the point of understanding you need to be able to do these procedures to take your practice to the next level. Interesting. Okay? So this has been a long-term progress for me. I've had 25 employees, 6 doctors, okay, when I was YDS, okay, short for young, dumb, and stupid, okay. But as I get older, less is more. I can focus more on the patients. Wonderful. So I have a very high-end, low volume practice. I'd rather do great work on a few than mediocre on the masses. Wow, great point. Very great point. You shared a lot of great information, Dr. Dennis, and I appreciate that. If someone wanted to get in contact with you, set up an appointment or anything, how can they get in contact with you? Well, I've been here 35 years. Dr. Alfred D. Dennis, 63 Garrett Lane, Williamsburg, New Jersey, 08046. Phone number 609-871-0900. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. My pleasure. And I want you to put in the chat, what are some of the things you look for in a dentist? Here you have a great dentist who has a lot of years of experience. Not only does he hold certain values and practices, but he also teaches and educates others. So reach out to him, get in contact with him. You won't be disappointed. Thank you so much, Doctor, for your time. My pleasure, brother. All right. Until next time, have a great day. God bless.